Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. I'm still looking for more subscribers, trying to find ideas on what I can do to obtain more subscribers, what you would like to see on shows. My show mainly is about preserving history. I would like to, in time, go out and do more interviews. I've only done one to date, and also looking for a partner to help me do this show, get more subscribers, get the show going in taking the next step forward, I guess you could say. What I'm going to talk about today is the election. Excuse me, still trying to get over this cold. The election happened a couple of weeks ago, and I was thinking about this. This is something I've thought about for quite a while. Who ran against George Washington in the very first election, the 1788 election? And I did not know if anybody ran against him or if he was just selected to be president and ran unopposed. So I looked up some information on the internet, and here's what I have. In the absence of political parties, there was no formal nomination process. The framers of the Constitution had presumed that Washington would be the first president, and once he agreed to come out of retirement to accept the office, there was no opposition to him. Less certain was the choice for the vice presidency, which the Constitution stipulated would be awarded to the runner-up in the presidential election. Because Washington was from Virginia, many assumed that a vice president would be chosen from one of the northern states to ease sectional tensions. In August of 1788 letter, U.S. Minister of France Thomas Jefferson wrote that he considered John Adams and John Hancock, both prominent citizens from Massachusetts, to be top contenders. Jefferson suggested John Jay, James Madison, and John Rutledge as other possible candidates. Electors were chosen by the individual states, and each cast one vote for Washington. The electors used their second vote to cast the scattering of votes, while Adams won a plurality of these votes. A majority of the 69 electors voted for a candidate other than Adams. That was largely due to a scheme perpetrated by Alexander Hamilton, who feared that Adams would tie with Washington, throwing the election into the House of Representatives and embarrassing Washington and the new Constitution. Thus, Adams received only 34 of 69 votes, with the remaining 35 ballots split between 10 other candidates. As the electors were being selected, rumors spread that there was an anti-federalist plot afoot to elect Richard Henry Lee or Patrick Henry president over Washington, with George Clinton as their choice for vice president. These rumors have been encouraged by those sympathetic to the Federalists who wish to discourage electors from voting for Clinton. If so, this strategy was effective. Clinton received only 3 electoral votes, possibly due to the fear that a vote for Clinton was effectively a vote against Washington. Only 10 states out of the original 13 cast electoral votes in the election. North Carolina and Rhode Island were ineligible to participate as they had not yet ratified the United States Constitution. New York failed to appoint its allotment of 8 electors because of a deadlock in the state legislature. And basically, people that ran, you had the top candidate, George Washington, Independent Party from Virginia, John Adams, the Federalist from Massachusetts. George Washington received 69 electoral votes, John Adams 34, John Jay, Federalist from New York, 9, Robert H. Harrison, Federalist from Maryland, 6, John Rutledge, Federalist from South Carolina, 6, John Hancock, Federalist from Massachusetts, 4, George Clinton, Anti-Federalist, New York, 3, Samuel Huntington, Federalist, Connecticut, 2, John Milton, Federalist, Georgia, 2, James Armstrong, Federalist, Georgia, 1, Benjamin Lincoln, Federalist from Massachusetts, 1, and Edward Telfair, an Anti-Federalist from Georgia, 1. So 35 electoral votes were needed to win, and George Washington definitely won that. He won the next election, 1792, for a second term. And that's basically what I was able to get on who ran against George Washington. John Adams was his runner-up, so John Adams was the vice president to George Washington during his administration. And that's basically what I was able to find out on it. You notice there weren't any Democratic or Republican parties then. It was just independent. Kind of interesting, because the independent parties never win in elections. Now you had Federalists and Anti-Federalists. So kind of interesting. And just wanted to share that. And as always, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.